Hello everyone. It is day 30 in the video challenge and grateful to be with you tonight. Beth the Sybil here in California, US of A. And I want to get a little personal tonight. I've had a rough few days mentally, emotionally. I, I think some of you know from previous shares that my mother, who's 87, she is in the next 3 weeks, in about 3 weeks, will be moving in with me from Colorado. She's in declining health and is frail and also can't afford to support herself alone in her apartment. And so she's moving in with me, and that has a lot to do with what's motivated, everything really. My motivation for seizing the opportunity within the Six Figure Mentors to expand my horizons financially and in every way, as it turns out, but because I'm going to move into the living room when she comes and let her have my bedroom. And I will tell you, it's bringing up a lot of stuff. I mean, it's what I needed to do, and I accept that as just the nature of life, that we need to show up for the people in our lives. So I'm clear about the guidance that that's the right thing to do, but it has really lately brought up kind of terror, to be really honest with you. I think it's like a childhood thing. I felt very trapped as a child. I had like serious issues going on with my mom back then. Not anymore. It hasn't been, for a really long time. And I visit her and she visits me. But the idea of her living with me has really triggered some stuff of kind of panic and fear, and that in turn has triggered some addictive tendencies of mine. I have experienced in my story different addictions, food being one of them. And so anyone, if any of you have had any experience with addiction, it's basically insanity, and certainly not the healthy, focused, unified mindset from which one can create success. And so it's been a challenging few days, and I realize that there is a lot hanging in the balance right now, and that I have an opportunity. I mean, I basically took everything I had and invested into this opportunity because I saw it just so holistically as giving me the support that I would need to be that person that could generate independent, self-reliant wealth. And it's been fantastic, the support and the guidance. So this is amazing. And in life, as they say, 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. And I am understanding that I need to do whatever it takes to take care of myself. So if addiction is part of my story, then I need to do whatever it takes to support myself in that regard. And so I am kind of upping the ways that I can support myself in that regard, because I do not choose to spin out of control and over this, and so that's my commitment, that I choose to step it up. The particulars in this case for me is that I need to be very specific about what I eat at night, and be really clear I don't eat after a certain point in time. And this may seem really petty to you, but please be understanding that it just spirals my mental state out of control. So we all know what works, or where we might have an allergy, like strawberries are awesome, but if you have a sensitivity and it's going to spin you out of control with your health, You know, it's best to not eat strawberries. So if you kept eating them and making yourself sick, that would really be not good self-care. So for me, it's learning how to step it up, because I can't afford, in terms of my mental health, to be compromised, and there's so much offered here, and I appreciate your support. And I am, so with my food and going back to meetings and working more day to day with my sponsor. And these are just things, these are very personal. You may be not relating or even know what I'm talking about. But I think what is important that I want to convey is to really look at, are there ways that your own self-care, what can you do to support yourself if you feel that there are ways that things that interrupt, that get in the way, that cause a divided mind. If you have any patterns like that, to really look at how, do whatever it takes, you know, to support yourself, to realize your dreams. You are so worth it. You are magnificent. I am magnificent. And even if at some point in time certain things got implemented that were genuinely at the time there to try to help us survive. I mean, for me it totally was, but it doesn't help me anymore. And so sometimes those things have to be really peeled apart, and they're not things that are rational or logical for anyone who has an addictive relationship either to certain ways of thinking, or perhaps in relationships, or with a substance. It shows up in so many ways where we experience our minds being divided, you know, wanting to do one thing at one moment and then another, the opposite in another, and just not being unified, and having desires to do things or engage in things that are not fully supporting our greater good. So I support you in supporting yourself in the best way possible, and looking at what is it that you can do today, just for today. Because I will say, if you're not familiar with this 12-step program, one really valuable tool, because it is a spiritual program, so there's lots of valuable tools just across the board, is just looking at today. What can I do today to create success? And that's it. Just take one day at a time. So just for today, I will love myself and take care of myself and invest in myself so that tomorrow can be an even better day. And I support you in doing the same on your journey. So thanks for being there. Blessings and peace.